This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, creator of the Kal Kat Show, which started in 2009, but was re-uploaded later in 2011 on the On Location Cat official first channel. The earlier one was 2007 with the SAP Productions, and there were two of those. Weird Kitty 07 was one of those. And the Weird Kitty 07 rocketed ahead and had 1,000. Eventually had 1,000 videos. Now it has almost 1,400. Well, On Location Cat channel, the first one, is slow in recovering from the end of the Kal Kat Show 10 years ago, and having just reviews and types of things, and over the past 10 years or so. Not meaning to bring back the Kal Kat Show. If it was, it would be in its 17th season this year, if it was still around. So it's season 17. Kal Kat Channels. Kal Kat Channels was amalgamated together early on. But this is the 400th video on the channel. There would have been 400 a little while back, but some had to be taken down or deleted for content. Not that it was bad content; it was just content that was not didn't age well. So it would have been 400 earlier, but yeah, some of that were taken down. Well, there was also some content that family members did not approve of being on there. Now they don't care. Now that they moved away. So in June of the last year, they moved the studio. The studio moved out to another location. You saw footage of that in June of the. This is the old Starcracker set, and whatever, which you'll probably never see again. And yeah, you never see it again. Occasionally it pops in some offhanded things because it's still around. But yeah, and we did film the Space Vanguard's reissue of that in the original Transfect studio. But everything looks completely different with dormers and things, so it looks completely different. So there was a move. They did move the channel moved in 2024, and so the other one, yeah, I think it only has like 37 subscribers. What's weird is the algorithm, ever since about 2018 or so, has deleted subs and subscriptions like crazy, even though places like Red Letter Media are complaining about the content bot farms. Ours are not. We do not have trailers. We can't even air official trailers. We get flagged immediately if we did an official trailer. If we did a trailer for Mission Impossible, we get flagged. It's stupid. We did a trailer for something else, we get flagged. So we're not bot farm at all. This is a small non-profit channel that doesn't make any money or any AdSense. It's parodies, entertainment, views, and stuff like that. Now we're at 400 videos. So congratulations, 400 videos. I think that they should change that now that the algorithm is filled in with these fake bot farms that are getting millions of views. I think they should change it from subscribers and subscriptions to views. That way the secondary channel would have 1.4K views, and then get the little plaque. And then this one would have its first plaque. This would have a little copper one, and the other one would have a silver one. I think that would be better. A little silver one. Copper one to silver. After 1,000, you get silver. Yeah. So, and then the gold-plated one, probably way off. 10,000 views. It's way off. Yeah, I get that. There's we're not talking about the algorithm, but we're talking about why the thing. The channel's been around for 10 years. The Kal Kat Show claim to fame has been discussed before on the not really creature features, not the creature features, but the not creature features parody show. Has been discussed on others as well. The Kal Kat occasional commercial appearance, uncredited, in stuff in the 90s, mainly the late 80s, early 90s. Failed child star. Has been uncredited in things like Three Ninjas in the background. Nessun Dorma, No One Sleeps, stuff like that. 2000s. So other than that, after that, that's why it's a failed child star. The channel started out as part of the weird SAP One Productions, Sparkle, Abra, and Philip. SAP Productions. Although Abra was not the original name, Abra was the name as of 2009 when Abra and Cadabra were cats. But originally the names were it was Sarah, Alex, and Philip, their real names, and it was a kids show, and my sister directed it, and it had originally started out with a pilot, in which several of our characters, including Dan, the current executive producer at Crown Productions, the current one, he was doing he was a younger person, and just out of high school, just barely out of high school, a couple of years out of high school, and then we did a sketch in which I took a torchlight lamp that had broken, so let's destroy it on film, and then play it backward and play it forward and everything. And we'll put Fortet remix on it. It'll be funny. Immediately got flagged on the early YouTube. So in 2007, that's why the other channel was 2007 or something. But that's not why the other one got flagged. There was another previous one. We got it back. So it's now the flagged channel is now Brown Video Collection. We got the channel back. So. But the year has changed because we got it back and it's updated to a new year, but it's the same channel. New year. The 2014 channel, the Varian's Kitty is that one is related to the later stuff from SAP One Productions as well. So we have all the SAP channels, except for the old Philip one with the concert. That I don't own that. That Philip has that. He's in the Navy. I don't have any access to that. And don't have access to the other stuff. But 400 videos. That's something else. There were other video production things. I could go into those, but I'm not going to because I would just be rambling on about other things. The Kal Kat show ran for 7 years, between 2009 and 2015. And it was a variety comedy parody show. Before that, in the 80s and early 90s, Kal Kat and Mark's Cards, Brown and Yeager, was a radio show called KATS, Milpitas, San Jose, Channel 33 radio show. Public access radio show. And it would come out in the area, locally. We'd say Milpitas, San Jose, that's what it would say. You know it wasn't San Jose, it was a joke. It was next door to San Jose. Briefly, in 2024, it was Milpitas, San Jose, and Roseville. But then it was not. Her mom passed away in April of 2024. That was the executive producer of Brown Productions. But before all that, and before the Alzheimer's and all that, the other family members and the like rescued the video collection, much to the chagrin of some of the family members that did not want to have the old stuff up. But enough of them outvoted them in a glorious meeting and said, no, we need to have the video collection up on the internet because it's going to get lost forever. Let's put it up on the internet so that we can see the family videos. It doesn't matter if your exes are in it. So this other video channel was formed. Those exes are from decades ago, and it doesn't matter. We're putting it all up as is, just for music content now. The channel also had access to the Two Car Garage local Christian band, which had folded 20 years ago, and we had some of their stuff. So for some of that up, with their permission, the lead singers of the band. So that's up there. We have a variety of different things. This channel covers conventions, mainly the behind the scenes and commentaries and stuff from conventions. Most recently, the Fanime 2025 is up there. There's a 3-hour version on the main channel, on the channel 2, which is the main channel. But this one has a 2-hour version and all the commentaries and all that. And one of the creepypastas, as we approached 400 videos, and they go, oh, we're going to be just on the edge of 400 videos. Don't put the other creepypastas, don't finish them yet. We're going to do a 400 video thing right here. But that was all me doing it. And then is out of the picture in terms of the video content. I can put up whatever I want. Just so it's not, just so it's apolitical and fine and parodies and stuff like that. And doesn't cost any money. And it doesn't cost any money. The fan films are very cheap to make on the other channel. Mainly this one is, the Kal Kat. Yeah, there was a commercial for the Tacky Stretchy Warrior that had come into that legendary ancient 90s commercial. I remember doing that for the art theater at San Jose. Tim Cantrell. And we were going to be in the commercial. I ended up being in the commercial. And there's can you play a teenager? Well, you're not quite a teenager anymore, but play one. And you go, oh yeah, I can do that. Pretend to like the Stretchy Warrior guy. And then later on there was the commercial chaos over on Vine Sauce, and they were all, oh yeah. They showed that commercial and commented, that was me. That commercial. So I don't know, they didn't answer, but but yes. I asked him about Star Trek Discovery and he said it sucked. He didn't do it right. Anyway, so that's the camera channel. Over here they've kept hinting over and over again, okay, this is where one of the Starcrackers early version, which became Advanced Guard, there on the other channel, camera channel. Because we had to rename it. Couldn't call it Starcrackers anymore. Couldn't call it Vanguards. Couldn't call it Space Vanguards. But as it still called Space Vanguards as a book series, if you want to go see it on Amazon. And Canary Space is still Canary Space, because it's different enough. But Vanguards was very similar to a bunch of other stuff, so we had to rename it Advanced Guard. So it's actually completely different, except some of the character names are similar. It is based on the scripts from the first novel and a little bit into the second one, because that was a cliffhanger. Canary Space is just the first novel, but it delves into the second one a little bit too because of kind of another cliffhanger. The same thing happened there, but there was four movies there over on the other channel. There's 3. So Starcrackers was remade, even though there's the Starcrackers thing. There were their early hints of that. There was a Raxler appeared a few times and makeup and stuff. Some of the names and people were not quite set in stone, so they were confused. The characters I was playing as the other characters were confused, but mainly Raxler was never supposed to be Morton Roadkill, Tucker Roadkill. Morton Roadkill was Thompson. Thompson, Mr. Thompson, who sounds like Jim Ticon, of course. Whereas Raxler was more Cowpoke. It was Clint Cowpoke. That's who Raxler was. So in the remake, they flipped it. Or did they? Because they have Cowpoke. Yeah, I don't think they. Yeah, they have sort of pseudo-Dan Cowpoke playing Raxler. Nephew of Raxler playing Raxler. It's not really, but that. And it's canon because the outtakes reel, they show at least somebody's kid running around on the bridge from the 90s, and it's Dan. Now he's Raxler. The Zuri scene. So he's related to Thompson and Raxler. They're related. Yeah. Well, not really, but. So we did the Mush videos, and I'm not changing those. But yeah, although there's no algorithm that's saying, oh look, I can't do this or that. That's not what's happening. Although we had a lot more stuff. although the influence of the Kal Kat thing is still heavy with the Force and the galaxy. We have at the FanimeCon, local of Kal Kat is a local influencer, even though his channel is not, it's 100 subscribers here and there, 100 over there, 100 over there. I think about half of them were at that convention. And some of them were Cowpoke and Killy Kelly, and it was bizarre. It's a very convincing kimchi's as well. Wow, okay, well done. But yes, it's always funny when that happened. When they're all like, oh yeah, that's a good Clint Cowpoke. That did happen at this convention. It's a good Clint Cowpoke. Yours is too. And I said, well, there's a reason for that. Because I'm Clint Cowpoke. He looked at the sticker and said, Kal Kat. Wow. Cool. Kal Kat. Actual guy. Local. And the other guy was all like, oh, he's a local. I think he lives around here. He just goes to the convention every year, ever. For like a dozen years. He's been going to this convention. He's totally local. Local celebrity. Failed child star. That was the radio stuff. Kal Kat show. The radio programs can't ever be aired on YouTube. They're naughty, dirty. They have swearing. YouTube would probably go, and they wouldn't make sense anymore. A lot of the audio files were copied before the purge of everything, and but they are. And we don't have any of the other DVDs anymore. They're all gone. They tended to break down. DVDs that you copy for like writing stories and stuff, they don't last at all. Most of the video, it's a good thing the video archive was copied down because they don't last. That stuff wears all out. It just doesn't work anymore. Play them. Oh, yeah. So even there were contests and stuff to get Blu-rays and stuff at the convention, but I didn't want them because I couldn't play them. You only have sort of comedy improv is interesting. Yes, and my kind of humor is bizarre and different. It's not really for everyone. Even family members have said, "Oh, I don't get his humor. It doesn't make sense." And then their humor is more bizarre than mine. So. But yes, it's that some relatives' humor is more blunt. They want the humor to be like punching down and blunt, and like mean. Whereas my humor is not really mean-spirited. It's mostly, it can be hypercritical at times, but it's not mean-spirited. It's not like I'm going to make fun of this marginalized group. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's not funny. I will make fun of I'll make fun of a group that thinks it's better than everyone else because that's funny. But I will not make fun of a group that is actually being like ostracized by other people. Case in point, incels. I'll make fun of incels because they deserve it. I'll make fun of incels. I'll make fun of the conspiracy set because they deserve it. I will not make fun of the LGBTQ community because they're cool and that's fine in spectrum. I'm not making fun of autistic people because I'm autistic. I'm not going to do that. That's silly. See, but I could make fun of that because I am. See, that's the difference. It's like what some black students have said in the past. It's like you can't say the black words because you're not black and it would look offensive. You can't say, but since you have a relative that's Jewish, you can occasionally crack a Jewish joke. That's fine. Just to explain, like, oh yes, Christian Jews, I can make that joke. It's okay if I do. Oh, you can do that. Italian jokes, you can do that. There was a character trying to get a rise of you about the Italian thing, and Sicilian Italian stereotypical things. You mentioning Italian things, and it's happened a couple of times. And I was like, well, I'm not Sicilian Italian, so I'm okay with it joking. It's fine. You can joke about mobs if you want. I've never in a mob. In fact, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, my great grandmother told me to stay away from those Sicilian boys. So, telling it to my sister too. But yeah, the original primetime players, because I mentioned this SNL people, and yeah, we could go on about that forever, and there's no point in that. But suffice it to say, the reason SNL was so bizarre and extraordinary was because they were all on drugs, and it was the late 70s, early 80s, and they were just really inhibited. They were uninhibited. They were like, we can act crazy. Whereas random nowadays, like such as in the convention with the humor, with a couple of the humor sketches there, random current millennial humor and Zoomer humor is, they think random is funny. Humor has changed, and they think random is funny. It's not. Random is not. Although it's not punching down, it's random. But it's not exceptionally hilariously knee-slappingly funny. Like I can be knee-slappingly funny. And there was a sketch that, even though the rest of this, there was this story spoof that I did with one of those Chimera episodes where there was a dental scene. That was hilarious. Oh my goodness, that scene was funny. Just by making noises and the visuals and the scene with the cat-like doctor lady saying, "I'm going to pluck this tooth out and extract it." The noises, that the background and it was just funny. It was just very funny. Python-esque, like goofy, thing. There was also that's great. That kind of stuff. It's random. We do random too. We did Bad Randomness, the music video, after all. But yes, humor is random now. The idea of humor seems to be okay. We'll reference something that was a Mario or something. We'll reference a wrestler from the current time period. We'll reference a fashion from the current period. Oh, that's funny. Well, it's not. It's not really funny. It's just you're referencing something. In order for it to be funny, it has to be a joke with a humorous climax. If it's just a reference, it's a reference. They kind of blur the lines. You see, reference. Well, we don't want to offend anybody. We can do it without offending it. You can say this wrestler is pathetic and not say who it is. You can have, or you can say, yeah, the voice in that Mario movie, that new one, he didn't sound anything like Mario at all. He didn't sound anything like Mario. Hey, Luigi, come here, Anyway, so, that kind of thing. So you have to, so the Kal Kat Show 400th video here, that's awesome. And, I may not be an expert on that at all, but the premise of another, 400 videos after this, this channel, toward the end of the summer, we will be doing an anniversary of that Disneyland trip. That was the 7th season finale of the Kal Kat Show, and we'll be doing that. So, the anniversary. Yes, there was the shocking revelation on the other channel. The episode titillatingly titled "The Gay Marriage Decision." Nobody got gay married in the cast. It was about the political marriages. It had nothing to do with that. It wasn't that. Sorry to disappoint you. Oh my. But yes. Yeah, I don't know. They said there was a crafts corner at Family this year. So here we are, 400 episodes in, on this other channel. That's the Starcrackers channel, original Starcrackers channel. So, original one. And we were ahead of our time. We had men in drag in the story. They're just men in drag. Young Swan had the people in drag at the party, so we thought we could do that. Also, what happened is that we couldn't get any girls to be in our videos, so we had to be the girls in the videos. And I think it's hilarious that in the final Fanime Day, that Kimchi, the original actor, played Kimchi, showed up at Fanime, just randomly walked up. No, we knew she was coming. We applied it on Monday. Kimchi might show up. Kimchi might show up. So Kimchi showed up. And the full thing. It was amazing. I didn't put falsies on though. I didn't go that far. But someone else playing a Kimchi did. So it's kind of funny. Kimchi. They didn't know that I was the real one. Kimchi, and I had a mask to be the veil, because she had a veil, because she had a beard originally. That's funny. Now, there were lots of characters that we invented over the years. Yeah, the Cowpoke, the Kimchi, the Morton Roadkill, Silly Kelly, yeah, Jane Piedmont, similar to Ariana Piedmont. She was originally Jane Foster until we discovered the Thor movies came out, and then we realized, oh, we can't use that name. What are we doing? We gotta call her Ariana or something. We did not know a comic book lore. So oddly enough, we knew Mary Jane from Spider-Man. Where can use that? I just cribbed the name Foster and Jane from Baby Jane the song, and Foster from Foster Home. She has a foster home. It's like literally blunt name there. In a foster home, that story. William Hollybrook and all those names, Piedmont. And more recent names such as the Fillettes. Sure, names are listed in the credits, the Nukes and stuff. It's just kitty key names that we stole. With permission, the kitty key names were put in. Yeah, so they've kind of enfolded them. And I thought that, because I did do the Martial Sportist in one of those convention stories in there, that is related. I didn't do that this year. Instead, I was almost going to back and forth, and I decided, no, I'm going to do I knew I was going to do the Kimchi in the fur, the Chewbacca suit. Because I figured if Kimchi's in the Chewbacca suit, I don't need to wear the falsies. I don't have any falsies. So I was like, if I wear the suit, it'll be puffy. So it'll work. It was Kimchi. No one knew. Oh, that's Kimchi. The ship's psychologist asked, "You're still a psychologist?" And she goes, "No, I gave that up. I gave that up when I gave up drinking and whoring." She also said she was she looked like the Unabomber's gay relative. Whatever. Anyways, there were a lot of strange things with that character. It's a very strange character to play that one. Yeah. MC Kimchi. MC Kim. Of Wendy McKinley fame story. Another character. A bunch of my other stories that didn't go anywhere. That not technically public access, but kind of local, very local. We weren't really a studio. We were a house. We were a bunch of friends goofing around. Still not really a studio, so don't get that wrong. It's a studio that can be sued. Nope. It's just a house. But we had a lot of talent to come around, so I've never been to New York, but Dan has a couple of times. Never been to SNL, but if I ever do go to New York, I'm going to go watch an SNL taping, because of course. I think that's it for the evening. I think this is the 400th episode. And Mark's Cards might chime in on Thursday and mention something about that. But yeah, it's very late right now, rendering that thing. It's almost midnight, and I'm going to stop for the evening. And this has been the 400th episode, look back retrospective ramble. This other channel here, considering Kal Kat Show update. Here in the 17th season of the Kal Kat Show, it gets canceled every New Year's Eve and then keeps going. We were kind of doing YouTube poops and blogs before YouTube even existed. That was another thing I was pointing out about the Transformers thing as well. We were doing Transformers fan films while the show was on the air. Just think about that. Giant shoulder-mounted camera, air-cooled, like Back to the Future style camera. 16 years old, filming my Transformers toys on the ground. Over there on the floor, right here. This is the same room. It doesn't look the same, but this is just like that room. And filming that. 1986, 40 years, almost 40 years ago. And putting the Transformers, like little characters doing things. Until 2022 thereabouts, so we figured out a way to put some of that stuff up online so you could actually see it. So we re-edited, reposted that video footage, heavily edited out all the bloopers as much as we could, and then did an audio commentary track over all the audio because we used actual music from movies in there. I couldn't do that. Same thing with Starcrackers. That's why parts of that don't make sense. It's a 2011 version and it's kind of disjointed. So we take all the music. We put big music from Batman and Jurassic Park in there. Twin Peaks. What the heck? We couldn't do that now. So we put it up on YouTube. So we made it Trans Tech and Trans Tech 2. Trans 2, and then Trans Tech. Trans Tech was posted first. The Trans Tech series because there was the first Trans Tech movie was, well, there was a whole series of 24 episodes. So the first movie was like a third of them, and another third of them. So 3 hours for each, three 3-hour movies. Yeah, total 9 hours, 24 episodes. And so you had Trans Tech. The first movie, when we put that up on YouTube, had to make it a slightly higher resolution to 720. So completely re-edited and remastered from the original little videotapes as beta VHS conversion tapes into. And then we were able to strip out the music. We used the wrong kind of music. Had to put in our own music because YouTube would flag it. And then the other two were done with their own music. And then they were easier, but they were they were even smaller. Slight digital processing. And the nephews and nieces that helped on that are moved away. So, well, Trans and Trans 2, Transformers Transit, and Carta. Carta is in early pre-production. We're going to do another Carta movie. This time, I actually developed the characters. I have a pilot. We'll see what happens with that. The script's behind me. And the figures are painted. We haven't introduced them yet because they're on the other channel. We'll wait on that. This summer, it goes into production. This summer, soon. Yeah, on the other channel. Probably on the Transformer channel. But the point of the Transformer thing, posting up the commentary tracks and for all of Trans and Trans 2, the precursor to Trans Tech was a remake of Trans Tech was a remake. Put Beast Wars in there. And also the hilarious Mousetrap Project, the Blair Witch Mousetrap Project Transformers thing that we did. Just as a college student, Kal Kat and the other cast of the scenes, but not shown. Some of the other the cast members back in the day, being the Blair Witch. The funny thing about that was that though everybody was doing a Blair Witch Party. Because that movie was filmed so shoddily, as a classic movie back then in 1999, that people with their own video cameras were doing a better job. Not a very well done. Yeah, but it did start the whole found footage kind of thing. Go on a tangent about it. I won't. And there's been remakes. We did a 2016 remake. And a 2019 sequel. And another sequel. Actually, I did a couple of sequels to that. There's a Mousetrap Project 2. Mousetrap Project Excursion. Are there 3 of them? Did I do 3 of them? I think there were 3 of them. 2019 was when they escaped, finally. So there's 3 of them. I don't think there's a 4th one. There's just 3 of them. 2 and then Excursion. I think that's what it is. There might be a 4th one. But the point was the Transformer thing was that the Kal Kat became known on the other channel. The grandfather of Transformers fan films, because really no one else put their toys in their movies that far back and saved the footage from 1986. Nobody else did that. 1990, nobody else did that. The 1991 is the most popular of those films. That wrestling one, they just love that one. Anyway, so that's it.